Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Anywhere But Here. I'm Tom.
Oh, I meant.
And this is episode 15. We're on a bank holiday weekend here in the UK, which means we get Monday off.
No, we don't.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't. I get overtime, but...
See, I work for the bank now. I don't have to work on...
So bank holidays.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, so that's good. But what I haven't mentioned just yet is that people in the UK tend to drink a lot more on the bank holiday weekends. They've got that extra night to imbibe.
Yeah.
And
I mean, to be fair, people in the UK tend to drink all week anyway.
Well, yeah, true. It's our culture.
I don't so much anymore because although I enjoy going out drinking, I don't like the next day.
No.
And I've kind of come to the realization I don't think it's worth it for me.
No.
I enjoy myself a lot less when I'm out.
Yeah.
But then if I need the drink to enjoy myself, is it really a good night?
Yeah, no, that's true.
I mean, maybe that's a pessimistic view of things, but
yeah,
well, we're straight into it.
Yeah, no, I know. It's good, isn't it? No fucking
preamble.
About, yeah. No, but what I was gonna say,
it
was walking through town this morning. There were three. It was just gone. I don't know, 9:45 or something like that.
Yeah.
And there were three guys all linked together, arm in arm, staggering all across the high street.
Yeah.
It's 9:45 in the morning.
Yeah, it's great you're enjoying yourself,
Sunday.
And it's great to see people
all being like...
But it's a Sunday morning, they're pissed out of their heads. They're probably on their way home.
More than likely, yeah. And like one of them had like a massive black eye and some cuts on his face. Like obviously they'd had a brilliant night out.
Yeah.
You know,
they found the fight they were looking for.
Yeah.
Star Wars style.
Yeah. But that's kind of the thing in this country with bank holidays and stuff. I was imbibing yesterday and probably overdid it a little bit, but I'm not feeling too bad for it this morning.
No.
Which is good. I deserve to be hanging out on my arse, but I'm not. Luckily.
I hate the fact people always use that term, but I do love it. Hanging out my arse. No, I hate it when they say, "Oh, I'm hanging." Like, no, you're hungover.
No, you're hungover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Use the full phrase. The
I'm hanging.
Crude and rude phrase.
I'm hanging. No, but for using that term, you should be.
You're hungover. Yeah. From a
so
tree.
Yeah.
So
you can find us.
Yeah. Sorry, I went into a story before we'd done any of the stuff.
Cool. Yeah, you can find us on the web, abhpod.com.
Yep.
And when you're there, give us a little Amazon link a click and buy stuff.
Go and buy some stuff.
Support us. Click on the survey. We forgot that last week.
Yeah, survey. We need to know what you like about the show and what you don't, so that we can start tailoring it to your needs.
Yeah, we are both on Twitter. I'm individually.
Yes.
I am Hey It's Ant.
And I'm Hey It's Me Tom.
You can find the show on Twitter, which is ABH Pod.
Yeah. You can email us at abh@gmail. abhpod@gmail.com. I'm so rubbish.
Sorry, I've taken your part. So you're trying to think, I need to pick one up.
Oh my God, yeah.
YouTube.com/ABH podcast.
Yeah.
So you can watch us like those
Stitcher
people are.
and all the rest of it.
Oh yeah, Stitcher, well done.
But the thing about YouTube is that we don't put it up on the same day as the podcast.
Oh, well done.
We're gonna make it. It's a regular thing on a Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday it goes up. Yeah, I say Wednesday when people ask because it gives me an extra day just in case something goes wrong, like it tends to.
Or you're busy because
Or I'm busy because I have a family.
Have lives.
Yeah, it is a case of I get the video, I line it up with a recorded audio, I press render. 22 hours later, I upload it to YouTube, and that takes a good 3-4 hours because it's a large file, as you can imagine. And that's why it's only 720p. We have got the option to make it a 1080p, but then that would double the file size.
Which would take... the YouTube would be up the next week
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah, and I mean, some people do that, where when the new audio one's released, they upload the previous video, and I've never understood that. I just try and get it up as quick as we can.
No, we do work as quickly, or Ant works as quickly as he possibly can.
Yeah, but Tom does most of the research and talking on the podcast, so I do the technical side.
This is what I've been told. Like, I feel a bit bad.
Oh really?
You know,
Is that what you were talking about before?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, I don't mind because I don't like the sound of my own voice, so it works perfectly for me.
But I don't have anything to add on the tech side of things, so.
But you do. I mean, you do fill out all the WordPress and stuff like that.
Yeah. Anyway, this is
anyway,
a conversation for us.
What was I going to say? But yes, as far as the YouTube thing goes, if you do prefer watching us on YouTube, you follow us on Twitter. We do put out tweets.
Yes, we do.
Like, I will put out a tweet on the ABH Pod Twitter and then retweet it on my Twitter, and then Tom retweets it and then puts his own tweet out. So yeah, you can always find when the new one's up.
Yeah,
by doing that, or by subscribing on YouTube.
Which is
Stitcher, iTunes.
Yeah. It's the easiest way to do it because at the end of the day, if you subscribe on iTunes or Stitcher or whatever, your podcast will automatically get updated when the new one goes out. You won't have to go searching for it.
Yeah, exactly.
It will just appear like magic.
Magic.
Yeah. And magic.
The magic bag.
The magic bag. Doesn't have quite the same ring to it, does it? Oh, that little French Cabbage Patch Kid.
Tots TV.
Yeah, Tots TV. Anyone remember that?
Yeah, but the problem is every time someone mentions it, I want to start singing the theme tune. I'm not going to. I don't know. I think that is everything.
Yeah, I think so.
Bam, out, done.
Another thing, what I was going to say about the YouTube, I've had a couple of people give me some constructive criticism about the podcast, and they've both said almost the same thing,
which is
that maybe we need a backdrop, like.
But we said that. I said it. We said it.
Yeah, I think so.
Like we were just as a bit of fun because that wall fairly boring.
Yeah.
So we were thinking about getting a chalkboard. I think what could be good actually.
Yeah.
Is if we get like a chalkboard or a whiteboard to stick up behind us, and our favourite comment of that week can get written up there with the person's name.
All right, yeah, because that makes it more interactive.
Yeah,
it's for
which
you
means
guys,
you have to comment.
Yeah, please.
Otherwise, it's not going to work. Yeah. And if you don't comment, if we don't get any comments that week, we'll just write something random and we can play a game. Name the quote.
Or we put like some sort of question up there, and then people who watch it on YouTube, they have to give the answer, and we'll pull the winner out of a hat next week or something. Yeah, I don't know.
The backdrop would be a good idea, but again, that's more money.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing, like, because my friend Sahil, he said that he doesn't really necessarily want to see where we are. He was like, I don't want to see your wardrobe.
I don't care.
All right.
No, he can see that anytime he wants.
Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah, and also another thing was we need a girl, because apparently that will get us more views, especially one with boobs.
Well, we can do our custom thumbnails, so we can find pictures of boobs and stuff. Like, I'm perfectly aware that girls and boobs do get more views on YouTube.
Of course they do.
But the problem is, if they see a girl, and then when they click on it, there's no girl here.
Yeah. They're going to be disappointed.
They're going to be sorely disappointed. They're going to go,
who
the fuck are they?
They're going to have their dick in their hand.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they'll see us too. And
I mean, you know, I'm hesitant with the girl thing because the only experience we've had with a girl, there was an empty seat.
We invited.
Oh no, it's not her fault.
No. Well, she was the one who went out and got pissed and didn't get up.
Yeah,
so
Tom's still here.
Actually, I made it. And I don't live halfway around the corner. I live in another town.
We're only joking. Scarily enough, though, that video has got the most views out of the rest of them.
I know, the one where I'm
the one with an empty chair next to us.
But maybe we should put more jokey things on thumbnails in future.
Whiteboard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorted. Thank you for the constructive criticism.
Yeah.
We're taking it on board.
Yeah, I mean, the girl thing, you consider it, but I mean, I like it as it is, just the two of us.
But yeah, so do I.
And we like having guests every so often, and that's what we say. People want to be guests; they can be guests.
Of course they can.
And if it's a girl, it's a girl.
Yeah.
Let's get Chloe in it, my daughter.
Yeah,
she
why
can
not?
be a guest.
Yeah. I thought we were going to do one of those at one point.
What, with Chloe?
Yeah, because
She can come in for 5 minutes one week.
I think it would be hilarious.
She'd get too embarrassed. I haven't deleted that video where it's you and her just sitting here talking.
Oh really? Oh,
yeah. I've still got that video.
A little podcast extra.
And she looks and goes, "I know you're recording." Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
We've got to stop doing this. Should we go for our ABH?
Yeah. Well, this is very exciting this week because we promised we promised you a jingle last week, and this week, well, we spent 2 hours recording it last week.
It shows as well.
Yeah.
It's very quiet though. I do apologise. I'm not entirely sure why.
We've got to work on the level, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with the soundboard itself.
But,
I'll have to go look up on the internet.
But this is it. The section we're calling the ABCs of ABH.
The ABCs of ABH. What letters today?
E. Very Sesame Street for you there.
Yep. Hope you enjoyed that.
I'm going to try and boost that later on, but there's probably going to be a lot of hiss. E. Do you? Me? Who went first? I can't remember who went first last week.
No, me neither.
I think you. Yeah, because I came up with a Dave Ramsey.
That's right.
Which was a long bit.
So do you want to go first this week?
Yeah.
All right.
It's not going to take. Have you ever heard of Etsy?
No.
Etsy. ETSY.
No.
It's a website. It's really cool if you're into that sort of thing. Wikipedia says Etsy is an e-commerce web. That's really off-putting the echo of my voice. Is an e-commerce website focused on handmade or vintage items as well as art and craft supplies.
Okay.
Now it's not just a shop for people. It's a shop like if you handmade stuff, you could sell it on Etsy. It's like it's like a craft fair basically.
Okay.
But online, and there are some really, really good stuff on it. Like people make their own T-shirts, people make their own ornaments, wedding dresses, like all sorts of things. Or they sell arts and craft supplies for people to make their own stuff.
Okay.
It's been around since like 2005.
Right.
But it's just really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. People should go to Etsy. It is good. I like it. There's an iPhone app you can get as well, which is on my phone somewhere. I just really like it. They had a thing recently where, the TV series Firefly.
Yes.
And there's an episode with the character Jane, Adam Baldwin, and his mum sends him a package, and it's got a hat in it. It's like an orange hat with the tassels down the side and like a pom pom on top.
Right.
And like it's just this thing that the fans of the show, who call themselves brown coats, because that's something in the series, they couldn't buy them anyway, so they started making them and selling them, and it's a way for them to show their love for the series. And it's really cool, but there was no license out for these hats, so they were free to do it. But Fox all of a sudden decided they were going to sell the license to that hat to a website.
Right.
And this website started making the hats commercially, and they sent out loads of cease and desist orders to the Etsy people, like the fan-made hats.
Oh, really?
Making the hats, which is wrong because it's like Fox cancelled that show.
Well, yeah, they shouldn't have the right to tell people to.
They cancelled the show, but all of a sudden because there's money to be made from these hats, they're like, actually, we're going to start making merchandise. And but yeah, that was Etsy. I mean, that's the power of Etsy.
And
that
people
sort of
were
thing.
making these hats through Etsy.
And they were selling them on Etsy, yeah, and people would find them on Etsy, and it's
Fair
it's
play.
just
So
that's the power of the
are
internet.
you getting into arts and crafts or?
No, I'm not in it for the arts and crafts side of things. I'm in it because I just like really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
This is interesting. It's
So you
a
get
USB
kind of-
drive made out of a piece of wood.
Oh, that's quite cool. Yeah.
It's just different.
Just yeah.
And they're like all one-off handmade. Well, not all one-off, but they're like, because they're handmade stuff,
They're
every
individual.
single item is going to be slightly different. Like with those hats, even though there's a pattern for those hats, each one's going to be stitched differently. It's
Yeah.
not going to be made by a machine which does it perfectly every time.
Yeah. And I suppose these things are they how are they priced?
Look at this. Jane-inspired hat from Firefly series.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Exactly what
Straight
you were talking
away,
about just
10
there.
quid
Oh, right. Well, that's not too bad,
for
actually.
a hand-knitted hat. Some of them are expensive, but that's because they're really specialist items and the people are like they are one-off. Look at that, like a SNES hard drive. So they're taking old Super Nintendo games and turning them into external hard
Oh,
drives.
that's quite cool. Yeah.
See? That's a Zelda game.
That's...
I think that's the American Super Nintendo cartridge.
Yeah, I was going to say, it
Ours
doesn't
was,
look
yeah.
like a British one.
The Mario Brothers one. One
Oh,
made
that-
out of
yeah, that's-
Nintendo controller. But it's stuff like that.
I see
It's
what you
not-
mean. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
retro. Oh, Chloe would like that.
But it's all stuff that's... that's her next birthday present sorted.
Yeah. But Etsy, it is. Yeah, it's a simple one. It's not an in-depth one this week. It's just ETSY. And what was the name? The guy said he. I mean, we know the game was Etsy. The name was Etsy, but it had a meaning. Oh, come on. Fucking iPhones.
So visit Etsy.com and buy stuff through there because you're going to get really
Individual-
nice
yeah.
things
Yeah, what were you saying
that
about
people have made with their own hands rather than in a sweatshop in India or something.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Stop feeding the corporations. Wait, we're going political again.
Yeah. He named the site Etsy because he wanted a nonsense word because he wanted to build the brand from scratch.
Right.
And he was reading Fellini's 8.5 and writing down what I was hearing. And in Italian, you say Etsy a lot, it means oh yes. And in Latin, it means and if.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's spelled ETSI.
So it's a nonsense word. It doesn't mean anything, but
Well, it's like a, I don't know the word for that kind of word. Nonsense words, like the and if. It's kind of like a...
yeah, there's a word for it that I don't know.
We need to ask an English teacher to email us.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah. Maybe I should put out
Are they
a tweet.
conjunctives?
Yeah, maybe.
No, because that's the word. No.
I don't know.
Anyway, what's your E?
My E this week is a
We're not using that anymore.
is a singer from these parts.
Oh, what, Kent? These parts Kent or these
yeah,
parts UK?
Kent.
Ah, awesome.
Yeah, she's from Medway, as far as I know. Basically what it is tonight after we finish this,
Yes.
I'm going to a gig in Gillingham at the Star. So by the time this goes out, you might actually be able to make it down there. Oh, someone's got a text.
No, phone call.
So yeah, you might actually be able to make it down there. It's the Star in Gillingham, and the girl's stage
Do you know
name.
what time?
No.
Oh, because it's an all-day
It'll
thing.
be like I'd imagine it will be around 8 or 9, or maybe a bit later. But yeah, her stage name is Ebony G, spelled EBONIE G. Just
Ebony.
G.
Yeah. G.
And her website is ebonygmusic.com, all one word. And yeah, she's basically she went to school with my stepsister, and that's that's who invited me along to the gig tonight. And she kind of does I don't know what you do. It's kind of soulful, not quite R&B. It's a little bit Corinne Bailey Rae-ish.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I don't want to damn.
No, she's not on Spotify.
Is she not?
No,
Oh,
that's a
okay.
shame.
She's got samples of her music on her website anyway. But just really kind of, she's got a really nice voice. And it will just be interesting. I haven't been to a lot of local gigs until yesterday.
Yeah.
And
Yes, the Sweeps Festival. In
yes,
Rochester,
yeah,
Gillingham,
Sweeps Festival in
whatever it is,
Rochester
isn't it?
this weekend, which is where I was at yesterday. But yeah, this will just be a bit different, I think, because the production value on the songs on her website are really really good. I mean, just a list of the musical influences that she lists on her website. You've got Jill Scott, India Irie, Erykah Badu, Alicia Keys, and Corinne Bailey Rae. So, so saying that she sounds a bit like Corinne Bailey Rae
before you actually read that.
Yeah. But she's been singing apparently since the age of 9. and in her youth listened to a lot of Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, blah blah blah. She recorded her first album called The Takeoff as part of a university degree at 18 years old.
If you're going to use free studio time, you might as well make.
Damn right. Yeah, that's exactly what I'd do. Never thought about it though.
Damn
Stupid.
it. Yeah.
Oh, too late now. And is
we
currently
already had albums by the time we were 18. No, it was probably
no.
after that, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
It was around that sort of time we started.
Yeah, I think
It was probably only a
maybe it
year or
was
two after
18.
that, actually.
No, it
yeah.
was 18. The first demo,
We won't talk about
which
that.
yeah. But she's working on a second album, which is titled "I Am Beautiful Inspiration." But yeah, she kind of does soulful, funky
Such
type
a shame
music.
we can't.
And it's a shame. I mean, I could put a clip on, but we wouldn't be able to hear it properly.
No.
But yeah, go and check her out at ebonygmusic.com.
That's EBONIE.
Yes, GMUSIC.
Yeah, but it's just. It's just pointing out that it's a different spelling of the word ebony.
I know.
But the letter G, yeah.
Yeah, because if you put ebony with
Whoa!
if you put ebony with a Y in, it comes up with someone completely different, and that's not her.
No.
So this is ebony with an IE. So yeah, go check her out. She's my E for this week. 2 thumbs up.
We're flying.
Oh no,
for
that's
it today.
trademarked, isn't it? Can't do that.
Is it?
It was Roger Ebert.
I don't know if it's trademarked.
No, probably not.
He came up with it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the ABCs
Yeah.
for this week.
I mean, we should. No, we don't need to play it out.
No. Yeah.
No, we don't need to play it out.
No, we only need that. We only need
We
that
only need it
jingle
once.
once.
I don't actually. I was going to say that phone call. If that was the same people that phoned me last week, and they said, "Oh, we'll call you back another time when it's more convenient," and I said, "I'd rather you didn't." But whether it's probably them again.
So
Wow,
yeah,
we
there's
flew
some
through
stuff
that.
there's some stuff in the news this week. Well, we're trying to get it tighter.
Yeah, but we're
This
too
is-
tight now.
Maybe we're too tight. Yeah, we're 20 minutes in. It's all good. It's all good.
Oh, yeah,
Big news this week for fans of metal. Sad news this week for
Yeah.
fans of metal. The guitarist from Slayer, Jeff Hanneman. Hanneman? Yeah.
I would have said Hanneman.
Yeah. He was 49 and he died. He died this week.
Yeah. What day was it?
I don't know. It doesn't say. I mean, this story is on the BBC News site now, so maybe it was today. But I heard about it a couple. I thought
Yeah,
I
no,
heard
he
about
didn't
it.
die
It's a few
today.
days ago. Anyway, he was 49 and he died of liver failure. Oh, Thursday.
Oh, yeah. Where it says Thursday.
Yeah.
We're pros.
Yeah,
we're
we're
pros.
awesome. I'm really on top of my game this week. Yeah, so he was 49 and he died of liver failure.
As a young age.
Well, yeah, it is, but
I'm thinking metal, liver failure, 49. Oh, it must have been drinking drugs related.
Yeah, he's a hard-living, drug-taking, drinking machine. But no, 2 years ago, he was bitten by a spider, and he contracted something called...
See if you can find it again.
Necrotizing fascitis.
Necrotizing fascitis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
a nasty infection.
it's flesh-eating
Basically,
bacteria.
yeah. What happens is when you're bitten by a spider, or even if you burn yourself, or you have some sort of open wound,
Yeah.
bacteria can get in there. This necrotizing fascitis, and it wastes away. It feeds on the flesh and the muscle tissue and everything. And apparently 1 in every 4 people who contract this disease die. Like it's a killer.
Yeah. That I don't like that part.
No.
The disease, sometimes called flesh-eating bacteria, when it occurs on the genitals,
It is.
foria gangrene.
Yeah, I mean it's essentially it's related to gangrene.
Yeah.
This disease. basically, yeah, it kind of if you have health problems like diabetes, cancer, or liver or kidney disease, it can be it can be more aggressive. Also, you can get it more if you've recently had chicken pox or
other viral infections cause rash.
Yeah,
oh my god,
it's I don't know whether I don't think it's just. It's not just insect bites that cause it. Like it's.
Was it the spider bite that caused it, or was it because of the open wound and the bacteria getting in it?
I think that was it. I think the spider bit him, and then somehow this bacteria got.
It might have been on the spider.
It could well have been, yeah, because apparently you can catch it just by coming into contact with someone else who has it.
Fuck.
I mean, this is a nasty disease. Necrotizing fascitis is caused by several kinds of bacteria. Some of these bacteria also cause infections like strep throat or impetigo. Usually the infections caused by these bacteria are mild, but in rare cases they can cause more severe, dangerous infection. You can get necrotizing fasciitis when bacteria enter a wound, such as from an insect bite, burn, or a cut.
That's scary.
You can also get it in wounds that come into contact with ocean water, raw saltwater fish, or raw oysters, including injuries from handling sea animals such as crabs.
Fucking glad I don't like seafood that much.
And then
the only fish I ever have is in batter.
We all love our fish in batter.
Oh yeah. Fucking hell yeah.
That's a joke for anyone who used to come to our old high frequency shows, perhaps. You can also get it through intestinal surgery or tumours or gunshot injuries in the intestines. I'd imagine that's probably the last thing that you would expect after being shot in the gut, is that you then get a wasting disease.
I've been shot in the gut. I hope I don't get flesh-eating bacteria. But
you can also get it through muscle strain or bruising, even if there is no break in the skin. Like, even if if your immune system's low or a bit weak and you get a bruise.
And your mate comes up to you and just goes, oh, dead arm.
Yeah. And then you've got a flesh-eating disease. Weird.
Oh, my God. Not that we're trying to scare.
No, this is not scaremongering. This is fact. The bacteria that cause necrotizing fasciitis can be passed from person to person through close contact, such as touching the wound of an infected person. But this rarely happens unless the person who is exposed to the bacteria has an open wound, chickenpox, or an impaired immune system. So you can, but you've got to have a pretty shitty immune system. It's got to be. Or you're like blood-on-blood contact. Yeah. Like, let me rub my open wound in your open wound. Which is a pretty nasty thought. Yeah. Some people might get off on that, though. I mean, not only are you thinking about
for everyone out there.
Yeah. I mean, not only have you got to worry about AIDS in that situation, but you've also got to worry about wasting diseases.
That's fucked up. There was a this reminds me, like the whole flesh-eating bacteria. There's a I listened to it as an audio book, but it's actually a book. There's a thing called Podio books. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's like podcast. No. They're books, but they're serialized books, and they're put out as a podcast.
Okay.
So each episode is like a chapter or two, and it kind of leaves you on a cliffhanger. But there's a guy, and he's like one of the pioneers of it, a guy called Scott Sigler.
Right.
And he does like horror books, and I think the first book is called Infectious, or the new one's going to be called Contagion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was Infection. But ScottSigler.com, I think, is his website. But it's really interesting. It's about like an alien disease.
Right.
Like a spaceship comes down and puts out this disease, and like it gets into your skin. But it's really incredible the amount of detail he goes into, like how it grows and how it works its way up to your brain and then takes control of your brain. And it's basically, when it happens, however many land on you, then there's these little triangles that appear on your skin, and they get hard, and they actually grow into these things that eventually break out of your skin.
Okay.
And if you dig them out yourself, or if they break out the skin around the area dies and starts becoming a flesh-eating bacteria, so you kind of waste away into nothing. Really, really good books.
That sounds pretty cool.
So if you run out of podcasts, go and look up Scott Sigler.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds interesting.
Sigler. Yeah, and he's got a really good voice for that. He's like a really, really into. He's American, obviously,
Yeah.
because most people that do that are. But yeah, he's really good.
Okay.
Sorry, that just reminded me.
A little bit of fiction for.
Yeah, it's horror, and like his big influences are like Stephen King and stuff like that. So it's that kind of. But yeah, he's a really good writer, and he's got so many books that he's put out there.
I'll have to look that up. But yeah, so. Rest in peace, Jeff Hanneman.
Have you ever seen Slayer live?
I haven't. No,
I have.
I really, they're not my thing.
No, they're definitely not my thing. But it is the sort of thing. If you've got the chance to see a band like that, it's like Metallica's not my thing, and I know a lot of people love Metallica.
I don't get it either.
But they're not my thing. But if I was a festival or something and Metallica were playing, I would go and watch Metallica.
I did.
You did?
One of the Readings that I went to, I saw Metallica, but the problem was like they were headlining, so they had this big you had to wait 45 minutes for them to come on anyway.
Yeah.
But then when the show started, there was this massively long kind of orchestral thing that went on to introduce them. I just got a bit bored. Yeah. And I think I left after one song.
You do that sort of thing when it's your own tour.
Yeah, I just
not
was
when
like,
you're
do you
playing
know
a
what? I just want to see you play Master of Puppets and...
Master of Puppets, nothing else matters. Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, that's it. But obviously you
perhaps whiskey in a jar.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, although
I
prefer the traditional folk version of it.
Or even the Thin Lizzy version.
Yeah, the Thin Lizzy version's alright.
But yeah,
my problem with Metallica actually is what's his face's
the drummer?
No, the singer.
Oh, James Hetfield.
James Hetfield. His inability to finish a line in a song without going And the thing is, once it's pointed out to you, like I've just done to you.
You've just done that, and I've kind of gone in my head and go, he does that a lot.
Every line. It's or ooh.
Yeah. With the newer stuff more, I suppose.
But even Enter Sandman, it's like, how's it go?
Exit light.
Enter light.
I suppose he does.
Take my hand. We're off to never land. And every single time, listen back to some Metallica. It will ruin it for you.
Thanks, man.
But no, Slayer.
That's like Davey Havok with his
Yeah, true. Another one who does it is Dave King, the lead singer of Flogging Molly, who are a brilliant band. But he has an inability to, and he does it more live. Like less on the CD, but live it's like I started to do it though. That's the thing.
But yeah, the thing is, when you're playing live, you do what you want. When you're in a studio, the producer will slap you and tell you to stop doing it because you sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
Maybe it's quite an important call. They'll ring back.
So fans of Slayer obviously mourning. The only Slayer song I really know is Rain in Blood.
Yeah, and the only reason I know that so well is because of Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Because I was playing it for fucking months trying to finish it.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, it is a good song though.
It is.
But yeah, they were really good. I mean, I say they were really good live. They were good at what they done, and what they do is
out and out power metal.
And then there's like a Is this a new song or was that a break?
It's like
because it just went like that for like half an hour.
Then when we saw
My Chemical Romance came on as the headliners afterwards.
Oh right, really?
Yep.
Slayer supported My Chemical Romance.
It was Reading.
Oh right, okay. I was gonna say that's a fucking weird decision.
Yeah.
No, but it's like when we went to see Foo Fighters in Hyde Park. Motorhead are a good band.
Yeah.
But all their songs sound exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's like we were like
can't do it.
Voicemail.
Yeah, he sounds like a motorbike.
He does, yeah.
But that was only because of the Probot thing. So then Dave Grohl, then Lemmy could come out during the Foo Fighters set and do a Probot
which was
song.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
Then Roger Taylor and Brian May came out.
that was even better.
Yeah,
And
I've got videos of that on
there
YouTube.
is a video of
Ace of Spades.
Liz
and then,
losing her shit.
To tie your mother down.
Yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend Liz absolutely lost it. I mean, so did we. There was me and Tom just going, "Oh my god!"
Not gonna lie, I was quite excited when Roger Taylor and Brian May came out on stage.
Yeah.
It's the closest that I'll ever go to seeing Queen.
Yeah, I think the last
unfortunately.
time we saw Foo Fighters, did they come out again? I can't remember. But I have seen Brian May since.
Oh, right.
Really, really close. Because there's a singer. I don't know if I've mentioned her, Kerry Ellis. She's a West End singer.
Oh yes, yeah, I think you did.
Yeah.
A
She's West
few
End
weeks back.
performer. She was in We Will Rock You.
Yes.
And we went to see her. It was basically she went on tour with Brian May because he does songs with her and stuff.
Right.
And we actually went to see them in Southend, and it's totally different to the music we're talking about at the minute.
Yeah.
Because it's like West End theatre music, but that was awesome. And Brian May was like there, and he sung a song.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. Fucking killed it.
And Slayer. Yeah, like, you know,
Yeah, we've not sent him off properly, have we?
no, I feel like we've done an injustice actually.
Well, we started off with we're not big fans.
Yeah, I know,
So
but
it's an
it's
injustice,
very
isn't it?
sad. But the
is
thing is, what
very
what got me is the liver failure wasn't through drugs and drink.
Yeah.
It was because of a spider bite that got infected and took 2 years to kill him.
Yes, but as you said before the podcast, metal death.
Metal death. I mean, you can't get more fucking metal than
although-
dying from a spider bite.
But then think about it, he died from a spider bite.
Well, yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
It's
but
like if it was a big spider, then
Yeah. Yeah,
If it was
if
like
it
a
was-
little spider like that killed him, you're like,
yeah, I mean, it doesn't say what kind of spider bit him.
No.
If I'm honest. Yeah, who knows?
it is. Yeah, it's way too young to go.
Yeah,
Way
and
too young.
you know, very sad, and I'm sure, you know, it's devastating for his family and his bandmates and stuff. And I'm sure there will be mass outpourings of grief from all the Slayer fans, because metal fans feel it a lot.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like when
Metal fans are like emo to the freaking nth degree.
Oh my
they
god,
are.
yeah. It's like when
When they hate something, they really hate it. And when
Yeah.
they're upset about something, they're really upset.
Yeah,
and when
yeah,
they like
like-
something, they really like
they
it.
dial it up to 11, don't they?
Exactly. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
It's when the Rev died from the band name's gone. It's
Not
gone
Avenged
from my head.
Sevenfold.
Yes, yeah, Avenged
Are they
Sevenfold.
metal?
No, not really. But
I think they.
Sorry.
Liz likes them.
I
don't.
I'm not. I don't know. I always thought they were much more metal than they were.
I thought when you hear about Avenged Sevenfold and then everyone goes mad and you're thinking, oh my god, they're a proper metal band. You listen to them, you're like,
They're kind of hard rock at best.
yeah.
Really, they're not
They're
metal. But
Dragon-
anyway,
Dragon
like
Force
people,
metal.
yeah, people went mental when the Rev
Yeah, oh, yeah,
died,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like, oh, no one will ever replace. Well, they have replaced him. They're still touring. Or like when that guy from Drowning Pool died.
Yeah.
Like, even though they'd had one song that anyone could remember, people went mad about that. It's just, you know, it's
There
a
was
metal
always
thing.
loads of stories about him, but the one I heard, he hung himself on the tour bus.
Something like that's one of the things I heard.
Yeah, but I
I'm
don't-
not sure exactly how he died, really, if I'm honest.
But it's like all metal deaths. There's loads of different versions of the story.
Yeah, exactly.
Each one more metal than the last.
Yeah, but you can't get more metal than being killed by a small spider.
Well, it's the fact that it's like a spider bit him,
And
and
then,
then 2 years later, that spider killed him.
yeah,
Or
that's a slow.
indirectly, but it's
Yeah.
like that's mad. But yeah,
So, you know, I was almost going to use a catchphrase from somewhere else, but I won't.
no,
But yeah, you know, being part of one of the big four metal bands,
Yeah, oh, yeah,
you know, had a great life and cut short by a tragic accident, really.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
he will. He
live on
Yeah.
in people's memories and on.
Sorry,
CD.
I'm seriously trying not to rip anyone else's catchphrases
by
off.
saying big bucket of when he will be missed.
Yeah. But he will be missed by people, and you know, it's very, very sad for everyone involved, and like I say, needless.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, but
So
it's not like needless in the sense it was a murder, like needless death. It was just kind of.
I can't finish this.
Freak of
I've
nature.
dug
No,
myself into some
I
weird
know.
hole.
I keep trying to go on to other stuff, and you bring it right
Sorry.
back.
Yeah. So you know.
I don't do it on purpose.
Yeah. No, I know.
But yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Everyone understands.
But the thing is, because it doesn't affect us personally, it's hard to kind of finalise it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It will be missed by everyone involved. We're not.
With Slayer.
We're not.
Yeah,
we can't really say a lot about
Slayer
it.
fans, so you know.
We need another story to go on to. What's that on your screen there, Tom?
Oh right, yeah, okay. So we've had the election. Elections? No,
Local.
we've had local elections in this country recently, and something that I noticed on the Huffington Post, the UK version of the Huffington Post, there was a there was a picture of a man with a melty face. And
he gets out on mic. Hey, you guys.
and that's not really. I mean, I know the man with the melty face by sight. His name is Nick Griffin, and he is the leader of the BNP. And,
but they're not called the BNP, are they? Are they still?
No, they're the BNP.
No,
No, it's British National Party. It's still.
What was I was hearing on the radio about the British
UK
independence?
Yeah,
UK
that's different. That's a different,
but
one.
Similar.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into the similarities,
Okay,
but they are. Yeah,
I didn't know if the BNP were told they weren't allowed to anymore because I'm not.
No,
I don't like politics.
UK Independence Party is a slightly less extreme version of the BNP. The BNP are the like.
I thought it was just like a rebranded BNP.
Yeah, but the BNP are fucking stupid anyway. It's been proven. You know, over the
they're
years.
stupid.
They're fucking ridiculous.
Here's an IQ test
Like,
that proves you're stupid.
Look at him.
Yes.
He's part of the master
He's a
race.
thug.
My thing is
He's
with
a
the
thug
BNP,
in
they're
a
like,
suit.
oh, you're only British if you can trace your British roots back, you know, thousands of years. Nobody in this country can trace their roots back to just being British.
I can't.
It's insane. We are an island of immigrants.
Yes.
We were the British people. I mean, we've been invaded a couple of times by both the Vikings, the Normans, the Romans. All those people raped and pillaged.
Yeah.
And some of them stayed here after they invaded, and it's just there is no such thing as a purely English person. There isn't.
No.
It's ridiculous. But anyway.
I would be interested to see his family tree.
Yeah, exactly. I'd love to know, you know, what's in his blood to make him look like that. I can imagine fucking inbreeding. But,
That's the only way they've kept their blood pure.
It's less of a family tree, more a log.
There's like fucking something from Harry Potter in it. He's a wizard.
Yeah.
From Harry.
But anyway,
That's probably where she got her fucking inspiration from about the bloody pure breed, pure bloods.
Yeah. But anyway, the headline of this article that we've spent this long talking about is the BNP urges its supporters to breed more after local elections thrashing. BNP supporters have been told to breed more to increase the number of white people living in Britain.
I don't think we really need to spend too long
No.
on that.
After the party lost every single seat it contested in the local elections, a post on the party's website suggests readers engage in making babies. The article by Northern Scott claims that 51% of America's population is non-white, adding, "So we must look at ways of building up the white population in Britain." What has that got to do with anything? The population of America with the local elections in Britain.
America's population is non-white, adding.
So we must look at ways of building up the Britain.
So we don't become like America?
I guess so. This is what I mean about the BNP. They are fucking nuts.
All right.
I just hate
That's
them.
really loud in my head.
Yeah, I just hate them. Yeah, I'm not going to give them any
No,
more time.
like,
If you really want to see Nick Griffin,
go watch the Goonies. Sorry.
or watch him, I'm sure there are YouTube clips of him on Question Time from a couple of years ago when the BNP actually got a couple of seats in Parliament.
What?
It's hilarious. But for the love of God, if anyone votes BNP, you should just go and fucking shoot yourself. Anyway, I was at the Sweeps Festival this week.
Yes.
Yeah. Yesterday, in fact. Which is a festival in Rochester, in Britain, UK, England, Kent. Rochester is where Charles Dickens was born.
Yes. They have the Dickens Festival.
Yes, they have that there too. But the Sweeps Festival was set up by Chimney Sweeps.
Yeah, I wonder what that was. I was like, sweeps, what,
Yeah.
like the pools?
many hundreds of years ago. Probably not that many hundreds of years ago, but still.
Yeah. Oh, no. It doesn't matter.
But anyway,
It's
a big folk festival. Basically, you got lots of Morris dancers in the streets. And
I don't get it either.
And you got it's basically an excuse for a piss up, as far as I can make out. I mean, it's a
No,
bunch
but
of
no,
people.
I understand that. I don't understand Morris dancers.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, you look at them and they're all
They've got
exactly.
tankards of ale.
Everyone's got their little tankards strapped to their belts, but
along with their bells and their
yeah.
streamers
and their sticks for hitting each other with. Yeah, it's a strange thing. But yeah, and then in all the pubs there are bands all day and stuff. I just want to give a shout out for another local band who I went to see yesterday and really enjoyed. They're called Hobo Jones and the Junkyard Dogs.
Yes.
And they are, for want of a better word, brilliant.
I've just remembered one of them. They used to be the Spice Daves.
That's right.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. I remember them now.
Yeah.
I have seen them as Hobo Jones as well.
Yeah.
They are very good, and they were good as the Spice Daves as well.
They were brilliant. I've got the Spice Daves CD
Oh,
actually. Yeah. From back in the day.
Yes, that is a Spice Girls reference.
Yeah. They were a covers band that did kind of all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But now Hobo Jones and the Junkyard Dogs, they dress. There's 3 of them. They dress up like tramps.
Yeah.
And they play skiffle covers. It's just brilliant.
Yeah.
Like one of you guys plays acoustic guitar. The other and kazoo.
Yeah.
The lead singer plays broomstick bass.
Yeah.
Which is just a broomstick on a box with a string.
A string.
A piece of string at that.
Yeah, I suppose just multiply C6 Steve by 3.
Yeah.
And you've got Hobo Jones.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And
that
the other
look and that sort of homemade.
And the third guy plays the washboard.
Yeah.
And yeah, they do covers of everything from Green Day to Johnny Cash. All sorts. Like yesterday, they did American Idiot by Green Day.
Awesome.
But the guy who does the washboard, they were saying, he's going to be playing the guitar because this song requires really kind of precise guitar playing. And they were like, show him your guitar. And he lifted up a Guitar Hero guitar.
Oh, right.
And he was like, this song, we still get phone calls from people like Eric Clapton, asking how it is that he plays like that. And yeah, they went into the song and they're doing all the American Idiot stuff. This guy with the Guitar Hero thing just gets out a wooden spoon and smashes the living hell out of this guitar. It's brilliant. And their encore, their final song was like, I don't think it was a cover. I can't remember what the name of the song was now. It wasn't because I was drunk, because it was the first thing I went to see. But they give out pots and pans to people in the audience, and you kind of play along. It was really good. The best time I've had at a local gig for a very, very long time.
I really want to go over there today now.
it's a good festival. But yeah, Hobo Jones were amazing. They're not playing again this weekend though,
No,
which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, they're just great.
Yeah, it is.
And their between song banter is amazing. Like, it's obviously one of those things where it's scripted. They say the same thing each time. But
the thing is, they've been doing it for so long.
They're great. They're brilliant.
That it's just...
And it just, like, there was a really, really drunk girl down there.
Oh.
And she was kind of shouting out that, like, she was like, "Oh, it's her birthday." Oh, you know.
Oh, yeah.
One of them. And Dave... because it actually is his
name. His name is Dave.
Scary Dave.
Scary Dave.
Just was he was playing along with her for a little bit, and then when she interrupted for the umpteenth time about this woman's birthday, he just was like, "So," and then like proceeded to completely shoot her down.
Yeah.
Because
she's drunk and she's interrupting.
But she was with Fran Page, who used to work at TJ Hughes with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was there with her other half and another girl who worked at TJ Hughes, Jenny.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. It was she wasn't
probably
there at the
before
same
your time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
that was quite cool. We hadn't seen each other in a long while.
Yeah.
And that was, I also met up with a bunch of other people from the Pig. Surprisingly,
the Pig is the pub.
The pub that I used to work at. So there was Nat and Lucy,
the Thirsty Pig, or Ye Olde Thirsty Pig.
Yeah, there was Nat and Lucy. There was Ben, who used to work with me there. There was Graham and his other half, Kim. I'm doing this because a lot of them actually listen to the podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where all our downloaders come from.
Yeah. And it's really weird because these are more in kind of a long line of people that I occasionally meet up with who I now don't have anything to say to because they already know what's happening in my life.
Because of the podcast, yeah.
It's
one of those weird things. It's happened when Loz came round and like we were talking beforehand.
Yeah.
And then he started saying stuff. I was like, how do you know all that? Oh, you listen to the podcast.
Because you listen.
It's really weird when people know stuff.
Yeah.
It's only going to get worse.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, eventually we'll probably run out of stories.
No.
Nah.
Well, yeah, I will because I don't do anything.
There's only so many anecdotes. But yeah, no, it was really nice to see them and stuff, and find out that people actually listen. Because we know that people do listen, but
we see the numbers.
Yeah, but not enough people email in or comment or rate or subscribe or thumbs up or anything. So we would quite like it if you made your presence known.
Yeah. Like, because every time you rate, subscribe, thumb up, comment, it pushes us up the rankings in their respective media for
whether
wherever
it's
they
on
are.
iTunes, whether it's on Stitcher,
and it allows more people to find us,
and
that way we can carry on.
That's what we want. So please help us out. I was going to say something else then, and it's going to clean out of my head.
I don't know. We're nearly out. We could push this under an hour if.
Well, no, I mean, what I was kind of thinking because that's all about
phone call again.
And,
Sorry for people on YouTube who would have seen me do that.
Yeah, because it kind of links into all the websites and stuff. So please rate and all the rest of it because it helps us out. And also, if you do, you will definitely get a shout out. You'll get a mention.
Yeah. Because it's such a rare occasion that it happens. So we have to announce every time someone does anything.
Yeah. So please get in touch. We want to hear. But Ant's getting.
I was
phone
shocked.
calls.
No, I was shocked. Miley Cyrus tops Maxim's Hot 100 list.
Really?
Yep.
Isn't she like 12?
No, not for a long time. She hasn't been.
I don't. I have no idea.
I don't understand how that happens. And also,
I thought Gwyneth Paltrow was just voted the sexiest woman in the world.
Was that FHM or Maxim?
I have absolutely no idea.
That's what I mean. This is Maxim's Hot 100.
It's all. I don't know. It's all subjective.
What else did I see this week? Which was your man Psy.
Oh
the imminent release of Star Trek.
My continuing fixation with all things Korean has gone to new depths this week. I just couldn't get the new record by Psy out of my head. It was really annoying.
I don't like it.
I didn't. When I first heard it, I thought it was absolute rubbish. But the more I've listened to it, the more it's got right under my skin and burrowed itself into the deepest part of my brain.
Oh.
It's really annoying. So I downloaded it to see if I could just play it until I got really bored of it.
Do you know the
Hasn't
worst?
happened yet.
The worst thing is you've probably made yourself like it more.
Maybe.
It's one of those things. The more you hear it, the more you like it. Even if it is crap.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to say it, but like, I find myself, because of Chloe, because of the age she is, and she's female, in the car, One Direction, Justin Bieber, I find myself singing along and thinking, oh, this isn't a bad song. It is a bad song, but because you hear it so often, it becomes less offensive to your ears.
It's like...
so you start thinking you're liking it. But it's crap.
It's like Stockholm Syndrome.
It is Stockholm Syndrome. And that's what you're doing with Psy. You're just feeding it.
Yeah.
What fucking amazed me was I looked at it 3 days after its release on YouTube. It had 9 million views already.
It broke the Guinness World Record for the most watches in 24 hours.
That's crazy.
And it was... I wrote a blog about it. This is the most mental thing. If you go to my blog, and you can find the address for it, because I don't really know it. You can find the address for it on my Twitter. I can go to my Twitter because that's open. But it's WordPress. Oh Christ, hold on.
See the Tom Austin Morgan, or Thomas Austin Morgan. .wordpress.com.
That'll be it. Yeah. Tom Austin Morgan, all one word, at .wordpress.com. Although I've written it wrong there, that's to Austin Morgan.
Nobody will find it like that then.
Yeah, I'll have to change that. Anyway, TomAustinMorgan.wordpress.com. Read what I think about Psy's new song. That rhymed.
I did read it.
But I've gone into far too much detail.
And it made me want to slap you because I'm thinking, you don't like it, Tom.
I do, though. It's a really good song.
But yeah, that did remind me, actually, saying that, it reminded me I needed to talk about, because I forgot last week, about the mixer. Because I did actually say that I was going to mention it last week to the people.
Yes.
But you know, if you listened a couple of episodes ago, you know all the problems we had with the last mixer. I ordered it, they didn't actually have it, blah, blah, blah. But I then went and ordered it on another website. They sent it out the same day. And I would have received it the next day, but I wasn't at home. So I had to go and pick... they re-delivered it to a neighbour.
Oh, right, yeah.
The thing is, that arrived in 2 days. I didn't pay for next day postage, but they still sent it out, and I would have received it the next day had I been at home.
Yeah.
And it was just awesome service. So it's StudioSpares. Website called StudioSpares. I think it's .com. I think they're UK based, unfortunately, for anyone that listens internationally.
Yeah.
But they were awesome. They just sent it out. So you can follow them on Twitter at StudioSpares. Tell them that we... Go say congratulations for the great service to at ABH Pod.
Yeah. Send them a tweet. Say...
ABH Pod love you.
Yeah, you are great.
Send them free stuff.
So...
Because apparently podcasting does get you free stuff.
Yeah, I'm getting a new book from the publishers of Man Skills. They suggested a book to me called Man Up, I think, which is apparently it's a more outdoors type one, in the vein of Man Skills. And they were like, "Why don't you talk about this?" And I was like, "Okay, but
I'll pick it up at some point."
Yeah, I said
I looked at the email. Yeah, you said you were going to pick a copy.
Yeah, because I didn't want to say, "Well,
I'm
going to go out and buy it," or I didn't want to say, "Send me it."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yeah, I'll pick it up at some point." Being a bit nonchalant about it. And they're sending me one for free, which is very nice of them. So go and visit mombooks.com and visit them on Twitter as well. They've got a Twitter account, and just say you're really nice to the people at abhpod.com.
Heard about you on abhpod.com. Gonna pick up the book.
Yeah, and favorite them or like them or something.
Yeah. But let them know that what we're doing works. Anyway. We've only got 45 seconds.
Right, well, that's it for Anywhere But Here this week. I've been Tom.
I've been Ant.
Find us on all the other things and stuff.
And if you can't remember them, go listen to the beginning of the podcast again.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.